Replica wheels.
Ugh. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Soda Pop.
And today we're talking about replica wheels versus real wheels.
I'm sorry.
So what defines a replica wheel? Well, honestly, it's any wheel that's a blatant copy of another already made in production wheel. Whether it be the design, the styling, or just literally a straight up copy.
So this is a big debate in the car world. You got people on both sides who have very strong opinions on this topic. You got people who would never buy a set of replica wheels in their life, and then you've got people who would never spend over $1,000 on wheels in their life.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you think about it, because we all really want that nice set of wheels that looks real good on the car, but sometimes you don't want to pay that extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for the name brand thing. You just want to throw a nice set on and call it a day. So when you get into these arguments, really the first thing that always comes into play is quality. Now let's not kid ourselves. We know they are both wheels, but it's really going to come down to how each one's made. For example, typically your lower quality replica wheels are going to be low pressure cast, single piece, things of that nature that really just give you a design, but it doesn't go into the engineering or technical specifications of something, let's say, like a forged wheel.
Well, in Rep's defense, if you're just driving this car on the street, is a daily driver, is not making a lot of power, I honestly think Reps are probably fine. If you're not going to be driving this car that hard, if you're not going to be trying to show it off too much, if this is just your daily car and you're trying to make it look a little cooler, honestly, I think you'd be fine with replica wheels.
Now you see, I disagree with that. I feel like on the street, you probably need something a little bit more tougher quality anyway, because you never know what's going on out there. You get terrible roads, weird conditions. You want something that you can trust to be sitting under you.
But would you ever put cheap wheels on a 400 horsepower V8?
No, never. I would never put cheap wheels on that.
Back in the day, a younger me put Reps on my Datsun, and I didn't have any problems. I was running them for years, and I mean, of course, this was a old Japanese car. It didn't make any power, but I mean, for soft street use, it was fine.
Yeah, you see, I've never bought a replica wheel in my life. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I've never bought a replica wheel in my life, and even my 180 horsepower daily still has real wheels on it. I just trust it better on the street.
Alright, so what do you think about Reps for track use?
Well, you see, in personal experience, I've seen a lot of people running their replicas on the track, having multiple sets of them because they're easy and cheaper to pick up than a real wheel would be. And I guess you can not feel as bad about destroying one, just go ahead and grab another one from the back. I still don't think it's a good idea, just because I want something that I know is not going to fail or be a catastrophic failure under me while driving. But yeah, that's not up to me most of the time. What about you? What do you think?
I mean, okay. I mean, I understand that a lot of guys will go out there on the track and they'll be running $100 steelies because they know they're going to get messed up. They know they're going to get destroyed, and they're going to they have 10 sets ready to swap out when they're ready. But for those guys, they're spending at the end of the day as much as they would on real wheels.
Yeah. The biggest issue with these replica wheel companies is just that they are replica wheels, as in they're replicating a design that's already been put into production or being designed by another company. A great example of that is Rota. They use their flush wheel, which looks exactly like a CCW Classic.
As a purist, I mean, I have a set of CCWs on the Datsun myself, so as somebody who respects these companies and the work that went into designing and producing these wheels, you know those replica Ferraris that people make out of Pontiac Fieros? where, you know, from far away, if you squint, it looks like a Ferrari, but once you get up close, it doesn't perform like one. It's not the same brand. They are essentially taking something that a quality company spent hours and a lot of money putting in production. I mean, it's a cheap knockoff in reality.
Yeah, just to bring out the same design, but to a lesser standard, just to really make money. For example, your CCW classics probably cost what, around $26?
Yeah, there's $2,000 to $3,000 range.
Yeah, you can go online right now and get a flush for about $180 a piece. To me, that's insane because it's the same wheel, with quotes, the same wheel, at least design-wise, but none of the groundwork was actually put in order to make that wheel right.
And it's gonna have fake hardware.
Yeah, that's a big issue. Fake hardware has to be the worst thing in the world. If you do that, you should go somewhere.
No, like we'll typically try and be nice about you know, everybody's build, everybody's at different budgets. And I mean, I've had reps myself. I don't have a problem with them unless you have fake hardware. That's
Yeah, I got a problem with fake hardware.
yeah. Everyone, you look bad.
Why? Why do you want that?
Well, like, it's just more things to fall off.
Yeah, so man, I can't imagine. Personalization.
Yeah, customization, complete custom wheels.
A big advantage into getting these real wheels is that basically they're built to order. You can do whatever you want and however you want to do it to these wheels. Whereas if you get one of these replica companies, they're typically going to be a mold that's already ready to go, and they're just going to make sure the pattern works. They have their set sizes, and that's it, really. You had experience making custom wheels. How did that go for you?
Yeah, so the only thing about custom wheels is that they do take a long time. I can understand a lot of people want instant gratification. It does take a while to have your custom wheels made. But we live in the world of Stancy boys and perfect fitment, and you're not going to get that with reps. You know, with real wheels, you can get whatever offset you want, whatever width you want, and that's just not going to happen with replica wheels. And for a lot of people who want a certain look for their cars, their replica wheels just simply aren't an option.
Yeah, the reason they keep these in just specific offsets and specific measurements is to keep the cost down. If you have a mold ready to go that's 18 by 9 or 18 by 8 plus 37, you can easily just pump those out. Whereas if you have to go through and order something, let's say for example 18 by 10 -5, not only do not a lot of people run that size, but something has to be specially created in order to build that size. So it's a little more cost effective for the rep companies to just go ahead and make one size fits all and just stamp them out like that. As someone who's currently in the process of building a set of wheels, it's a lot of plug and play here that you get with the real wheels. I have a 3-piece set, so I can change my lips, things like that, play with my offset, make sure that my wheels fit just right for what I want them to do.
All right, budget. In the end, this is what it's going to come down to, honestly. It's going to be what you can afford. And once you start looking at the prices, considering buying those wheels that you want so bad, reps are going to start becoming more appealing. A lot of people would rather put their money into engine mods and interior, or you know, there's a lot of things before wheels, but keep in mind that wheels still are a performance part, and they still are a part that you're going to want top quality on if you plan on pushing this car.
Yeah, that's really the only thing between you and the ground. Like I said, I'd much rather have something I trust under me versus having something I got for a little bit cheaper and may or may not be up to what I want it to be. And there are easier or cheaper ways to get real wheels. For example, I sourced mine from Japan just from secondhand up garage, and I definitely paid a fraction of what they were actually worth. So if you look around, there's definitely ways for you to get around paying that massive price tag and still getting some nice, genuine wheels.
Yeah, used wheels are I mean, if you can't afford it new, there's nothing wrong with going used, as long as you do your research and make sure they're in good condition before you buy them. There are plenty of websites out there offering used wheels, and you're gonna get them for half the price that you would pay, brand new from a company.
Yeah.
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 For example, I'm building out some Traffic Star DTM wheels for my daily driver. Typically, when they first came out, they were about maybe $3,000 a set. I definitely got mine for $550, just because I looked around. I found a set that was in good condition. I mean, little chips here and there, but overall they were good. I could put them on the car right now. But the price point was really what happened, because I got real wheels for about the same as most people get for their replica wheels.
And you see, he's got actual 3-piece wheels. He can have them rebarreled. He can get them in whatever specs he wants. And if, say, the barrel gets dented or cracks, you can replace your barrel. You get to keep your face. You're gonna spend a lot less money in the end. I mean,
at the end of the day, it's really going to depend on you. It's going to depend on what you want to do, what your budget is, how you feel about the wheels, man. Personally, I'm going to stay on real wheels. I see no issue paying for that extra peace of mind, but you may think differently.
yeah, I mean, and honestly, if you're running a lot of power, personally, I would say just go ahead and hold out for the real thing. Your stock wheels are good enough. You know, don't downgrade, because this is, at the end of the day, a performance part, and you don't want to compromise safety for looks, you know.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we prefer you wait, get you some real ones, but if not, enjoy what you have.
Yeah, and I ran reps, and then I ended up just buying the real thing later on. If that, you're gonna end up, if you really do care about this car, you'll end up buying the real thing later on anyways. So, I mean, yeah.
This has been The Left Pedal. Have a good night. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe.
Hell yeah, brother!